So last day we talked about how can we graph an equation without making a table of values. All right. Hopefully this is a lot easier than what we were doing before. And the goal is just to come up with a couple of points. Once you have a couple of points, we can draw a line through it. So first thing to do is we interpret the information that's given in the equation. What did this number mean again? The second number in the equation?
The where y-intercept.
Where intercepts the y? Y intercepts. So this is a point on the line. So this is -4, right? Not just 4. You can include the sign in here. So do I put a dot at this -4 or this?
That one.
That one.
The second one, right? Because it's on the y-axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We count down. This is a dot on the line. Okay? So now we need another dot so we can draw our line. And we used our slope information to do that. Now, this 2/3 is a positive number. All right? So that tells us the direction our line is going. So it's going to go through this point. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down like this? Up. It's positive, so it's going to go up like this. Okay, so now we need to find another spot because we need to figure out what angle this is at. We know it's going up, but what angle is it at? Right? Based off these two numbers in the slope, we can figure out that angle. And by reverse calculating or drawing our triangle. So what does the top number represent on the slope? Rise. And this was our run. So off this point, we know our rise is 2 and our run is 3. So we're going to go across 3 boxes, up 2. A run of 3, a rise of 2. That gave us another point. Right? Now, we can do that again. Cross 3, up 2. That gives us another point. Now, we can draw a line through these points. Now, this isn't the beginning of the line. This is just a point on the line. So our line goes on forever, right through these points. Right? So we grab our ruler, and I draw a line right through, all of these points. I don't stop here. I don't stop there. These are just points on the line. We go forever in both directions. Okay? And that's what our line will look like. Okay? So, to draw the line, we start off with our y-intercept, and we create our triangle using our slope. Now, that was the last example from our notes, but I want to do a couple of more. Right? Because sometimes reading the equation of a line can be tricky. I didn't do an example like this, so I'm just going to do this up here where you don't need to write this down. We're just going to talk about this. So if I give you an equation like this, do I put a dot at the 4 or at the 3? Where do I put the dot?
4.
At the 4. This is your y-intercept. So the dot goes here, 4 goes in here. Okay, now we use this. Right? It's a positive number. So we know the line's going to go up. But what's the rise? What's the run? I've only given you one number. What's the rise? What's the run?
The run is 3, isn't it?
The run isn't 3.
The rise is 3.
The rise is 3. So remember, a whole number just has an imaginary 1 underneath it. Okay? So the top number is your rise. Your bottom number is your run. Okay? So if in this situation, we go run of 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. We draw a dot. Right? And so I can go like that. I can go 1, and I can go 3, put another dot there. But we can go the other direction as well, right? You don't always have to go to the right. Remember, the line goes like this forever. So we could go down 3 this way and over 1 this way, right? This is just our starting point, right? The line exists over here, so if you run out of space over here, you can go the other way as well. Once you know which direction the line is pointing. You know it's going up like this, right? So once you have that, we draw our line through. What if my equation of the line looked like this? I don't have, the 2 is a starting point, so I put a dot at the 2, but I don't have any numbers for my slope, but there is. What numbers are there that I don't show?
1.
Yeah, 1 and 1. This has a coefficient of 1. Coefficients of 1 in polynomials we don't have to show. So technically, there is a 1 here. And so we want this as a 1 over 1. So we know what the rise is, and we know what the run is. So we go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, like that. And we draw our line through that. Okay, what if I had that? So our starting point is -4. So I put a dot at -4. Now what's our rise and run? Oliver?
-1.
So that's only one number.
Over 1.
Over 1. So this means -1 over 1. So now we're going to go down 1. Because this is our rise, means down. This is our run. So we're going to go down 1 over 1. Right? Negative slope is a line that points down, right? Down 1 over 1. Like this. Okay? Make sense? Yeah? Great. Now, there will be some questions on your assignment where I'll say, hey, I'm going to give you a point right here. That point's on the line. That line also has a slope of -2/3. Please draw a line. Right? What would you do? What would you do for the situation here? I've given you a point on the line, and I've given you the slope. Oliver?
Just graph it as you normally would.
Yeah, we just graph it as the other one, right? Here, I gave you this point on the line, which is where it crosses the y-axis. But this time, I've given you another point somewhere in space, but it's on the line. So we can still use our triangle, because that's the pattern that our line follows. This is our rise. This is our run. So which way does the line go through here? Does it point up or point down?
Down.
Down. So we're going to go down 2 over 3. Down 2 over 3, and we put a dot. Down 2 over 3, run out of space. But we can go the other way. We know which way this is going. We go 2 this way and 3 this way. Oh no, sorry, 3 and 2. 3 of our run and a 2. Put a dot. Draw a line. Okay? So the concept is the same as what we've been talking about all the way through these notes. The hard part of this chapter can be, come on, disappear. New Windows. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why that's not disappearing. Anyways, I'll figure that out. The way they give you the information can change, right? So, like this one where I said, hey, the point is in space, then I give you the slope. I just didn't give you the y-intercept, but I still give you a point. Right? So that'll be the tricky part of this assignment, is just the way the information is given you may not always be identical as the assignment, but the process is still the same. Right? And I'll help you through that. All right. On to